Ask some kids if they like Gaga, and you may not hear about music.
Yeah, something called Gaga Ball is suddenly very popular at camps around the country. It's an Israeli game that has been around for 30 years, but as Liz Collin reports, it has been booming lately with the help of Minnesota business.
They offer dozens of activities at Camp Kitchiapi in Prior Lake, but this is the busiest. Both of its Gaga pits are full from the start of the day to the end. The game is a bit like dodgeball, with some rules that make it better for kids of all ages and abilities.
Well, I mean, it's an Israeli form of dodgeball that sounds like has its roots about 30 years back. And so if you're not running in a large space, you're running in a very confined small space, and there's rules about where you can hit.
Players slap the ball rather than throw it, can only hit below the waist, and games last 5 minutes or less.
As a camp director, it's nice to be able to have a game that's very enclosed, very controlled, but everyone's having a blast.
We have 11 different molds we can make a Gaga pit out.
Minnesota Sports Resources got in on the ground floor of the boom, taking plastic corners it already used for hockey rinks to make portable Gaga pits at about $4,000 a piece.
If we sold 8 Gaga pits 6 or 7 years ago when we started, we're selling 2 to 3 a week now.
Gaga now accounts for 25% of sales. Impressive, because hockey rinks cost 6 times as much as Gaga pits.
That's an entire Gaga pit that's destined most likely for a YMCA or a Jewish community center in New York.
All because of a game that kids and camp directors love, but most parents have never heard of.
All my kids got here today and were like, when are we going to Gaga? And I was like, oh, well, we have other things on our schedule that we have to do first. But
Gaga means touch in Hebrew. It's been played at Jewish camps for years, but took off a few years ago when somebody wrote an article about it in a camp director's journal.